Daddy. This is what I think. I think they're just doing what they've always done, and maybe in relation, they're just watching all this shit go on, and they don't have real answers.
I think they're risking our planet by, if aliens were going to get hostile, I feel like they would much more likely get hostile to humans who could potentially fly out into the universe with nukes and, spread our devastation.
But that's very far in the future. We don't really have that capability right now. I would imagine that if they're watching and they're observing that this is business as usual for the human race, they would, if they were going to intervene and step in, they would step in if we employed nuclear weapons and we were really at the risk of destroying ourselves. This is like a little slap in the face on the schoolyard. This is not as horrific as Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
But imagine you're in office and you get verification. You get the physical proof that you need to know, and it's super classified. Would that not would that not change your whole reality and view on the world?
But what do you do with that? Do you go to the military-industrial complex? Do you go to the pharmaceutical industry? Do you go to all these people and say, all these people that are polluting rivers and all the fucking the East Palestine thing? Do you say, hey, this can never happen again because UFOs are watching us?
Well, I think that you at least hit up world leaders on private channels and start having the conversation like, hey, guys, like, can we talk about this for a second? Because we're seeing these craft and it's occurring and we want to be on the same page because probably a good idea to do that.
Yeah, but there's no evidence that it's a good idea to do that. There's no evidence that they're doing anything other than watching us.
Well, but wouldn't it be a good idea for us to coordinate other players in the Earth to understand our strategy?
Sure. It would if it got to that, but it hasn't gotten to that. Right now it's gotten to there's this thing that flies really fast and goes into the water and doesn't make a splash. The fuck is that? I don't know, but there's a lot of fucking oil, and we got to get that oil, and there's a lot of resources. We got to control those resources, because if we don't, China will. If we don't, Putin will. If we don't, this and that. And, we have to maintain our control, and we're the world's leader, and we're the this and the that. And, it's just business as usual while this is all happening in this very weird way where the Pentagon discusses it, but not very specifically, and not gives you all the information and just says, I can't talk about it. But yeah, we do have a crashed UFO.
And we have more video that we haven't shared, which we know. Mellon said that.
Yeah.
That they have higher res stuff that they're specifically not sharing.
Mind-blowing stuff.
I mean, just the fact, when I first heard that they have higher res stuff, like, in my brain, I feel like I changed. Because that felt like another level of validation for this being more of a real thing. Not that I believed in that moment, but I feel like it changed who I was a little bit because it felt more real.
My concern is that it's a distraction and that this is all black ops stuff, and these are drones, and these are some things that we have the capabilities of utilizing and that we've created, and that the United States citizens don't need to know about, and the world citizens don't need to know about. And this is a massive advantage that the people that are in control of these technologies have over everyone else. Wouldn't it be better to say these are from another world and we don't have any idea?
I mean, to be honest, like, I sort of lean towards that option given how they're behaving, because they're behaving more in a military application mode of this stuff. They're not behaving like in a human way.
Whenever they say it's something, I'm like, why are you telling me that? Oh, well, you're telling me that because you want me to believe it's something. Like, why would I believe you when you lie about basically everything? If they lie about Nord Stream, they lie about the Gulf of Tonkin, they lie about, all the different things they've lied about. Why would they tell the truth about this all of a sudden?
Right, and the whole thing like, oh, well, they wouldn't be messing with our own pilots in restricted airspace. Well, maybe they would do that because that is how you create confusion.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, I don't know. It's just like a bobblehead. I'm just back and forth every day.
Well, I think we're basically just mentally masturbating until there's some real information.
Well, there is.
But there is.
So there we're back again.
But there's so little. There's so little, and it's so inconclusive, and there's so many, statements like.
Maybe we can teach AI to like go and get the information for us. And
I wonder
like,
what AI. I wonder what ChatGPT says about UFOs.
Yeah, and now that it's becoming autonomous, like.
Jamie, you want to give it a run?
What would you like me to specifically ask it?
Let's say, to your knowledge, are we being visited by beings or crafts from another world? How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Visited by
Beings or crafts from another world. Dun, dun, dun.
It'll probably provide a bullet list of cases. That's what I'm guessing.
Here it goes. As an AI language model, I do not have personal beliefs or opinions, but I can provide you with information based on the topic of extraterrestrial visitation. As of my knowledge, the cutoff date of 2021, there's no conclusive evidence that definitely proves the existence of extraterrestrial life or that we are being visited by beings or crafts from another world. While there have been many claims of sightings, abductions, and encounters, these have often been attributed to misinterpretations of natural phenomenon, hoaxes, or psychological phenomenon. However, some scientists and researchers continue to explore the possibility of extraterrestrial life and the potential for interstellar travel. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, is an ongoing scientific effort to detect signs of intelligent life elsewhere in the universe, while initiatives such as Breakthrough Starshot aim to develop technology for interstellar travel. In summary, while there is no concrete evidence of extraterrestrial visitation, the search for extraterrestrial life and the possibility of interstellar travel remain topics of scientific interest and investigation.
Oh, that's so weak.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not even aware of the most recent advances in the U.S. government for how it's being looked into. They're talking about
as of 2021.
2021. Oh.
Yeah, so why is it giving you information from 2 years ago when all this stuff really kind of broke? It broke in 2017. That was the New York Times article that claimed that the Pentagon.
Right, so that should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. No, I love it. All of these issues are so much fun to talk about. Whatever
They're the most
it is.
fun.
Yeah.
UFOs are the most fun to talk about.
And it's just like we're